lettuce by a head, tomato catching up, and toilet paper wiping up the rear. Coming around that first corner, and it's birching on the rail, cucumber by a slice, and birching on the rail coming up fast. We got cucumber by a slice, birching on the rail, cucumber by a slice, birching on the rail. And out of nowhere, in the last 50 yards, it's nose by a hair.
Ay, ay, chinita, qué maldito Navidad. Ay, ay, chinita, no te vaya a enamorar. Ay, ay, chinita, qué maldito Navidad. Ay, ay, chinita, no te vaya a enamorar.
When I walk in the gates here, I forget all my troubles. I get new troubles.
I love every single horse. I used to have a really bad horse. She was really mean, but I told her, I know you mean, but I still love you too. So,
What did she say?
well, she seemed like, okay, so you like the way I am? Okay, I'm gonna try to be friends.
Now, on a small $24 ticket, I'm looking at a return of at least $3,000.
And we'll be drinking beer the rest of the day.
Are you addicted to gambling?
No, definitely not.
Can you watch a race without making a bet?
Let me have $3 to win on the free.
Yeah.
Looking for somewhere to go. It's a bird down the center, and Mr. Nappertan is the red too. They come for home, and Storm and
Go Storm! Seven, hang in there. Seven, hang in there. Where's the finish line? Storm's got it, baby. Seven is in second. Yeah! Seven, I think
How did you do, Jeff?
I lost it.
It looked like you were going to fall over for a second. What happened there?
Damn, pick the winner.
I lost it.
Only $2. It was horrible.
Were you into the race emotionally?
Not really.
Yeah.
Are you sad?
I'm okay.
Unofficial first two place finishes, the winner number 4.
Will you ever bet again?
Yeah, always.
Number 1 was the Nappertan.
Have the 3.
I had the 2. He's going back to the barn. He's kind of tired.
We are at Santa Anita racetrack in California. It's my favorite racetrack. It's just so beautiful. When you walk in the racetrack, in the gates of the racetrack, it's very cheap to get in. It's a couple of dollars. You walk in. For the next 4.5 hours, you will forget all your troubles. You'll get so involved here. It's a great escape. That's what I call it, the great escape. And you'll see wonderful horses.
Well, the racetrack's kind of a throwback. It usually runs about 20 years behind the rest of society, so we have a lot of characters out here. And a lot of really fun people.
Wait a minute, my son. I haven't seen him in years. My God, my long-lost son, excuse me.
And anything can happen. You know, a horse can win and pay a couple $100.
The moolah's in the cooler.
Or you think you're going to win and the horse could duck or something.
My horse didn't even make it around the track.
I mean, anything can happen. So it's a lot of, every day's a new day.
Caesar, you work here behind the scenes at Santa Anita Racetrack.
Yes,
Do you enjoy it?
I love to work here.
What's the best part?
I think be around the horses, and I think that's why I'm still here, because I love so much horses now.
Do you ever become attached to a horse more than other horse?
Not really, because I know every horse is different, but I don't try to have favors. I love every single horse.
Sometimes people fall in love with horses?
Yes, well, I do myself, because they're beautiful and they care about you too. So.
Did you ever fall in love with a horse?
Yeah, well, I love most of the horses, and here in this kind of job, it's hard to have a girlfriend, because you spend most of the time with the horses, and then you can make plans because, and then something happen, you're gonna call your girlfriend, you're gonna say, hey, sorry, I can't make it because I got some problems here with the horses. Even with my wife, sometimes she got really mad because she don't understand well, I had to work, but working with horses, you got to spend most of the day here. And so she don't like it either, but I can handle it because I just can take her a couple times a week to have a nice dinner and she's gonna be happy.
Are you talking about your wife or the horse?
No, my wife.
Oh, right. Okay. Thank you.
I see a lot of similarities. Women can be stubborn, horses can be stubborn. They can be indecisive. They can be difficult to handle, actually.
Can you show us how you groom a horse?
Okay, I can try. What I'm gonna use the rubber glove first.
Does the horse know you're putting on a rubber glove?
No, he knows something is gonna happen, but
it's like the doctor's office.
Yeah, so some horses love this because they feel good, like massage. Some horses, they don't like it, especially when you go under the belly, they don't like it, or when you go here on the legs. So
is this horse enjoying himself?
Yeah, I think so. He likes it.
Oh.
How do I choose my horse when I bet? When I watch him walk out.
What do you look for?
I look at their conformation, their legs.
Their what?
Their legs, their conformation.
You look at their legs?
Uh-huh.
What do you look like if they have nice legs?
Nice legs. Conformation, their muscle.
Oh, the conformation.
Uh-huh. And then I like to watch their head.
If their head goes up and down, that means they're good.
The control.
If their head goes left and right, what does it mean?
Well, the jockey doesn't have control if the head is flopping.
Oh, interesting.
The number 6 horse is an 8-5 shot. Be Glorious. He looks like he might be our monkey.
I'm not betting on monkeys.
Or Shy Baby.
You're not shy.
Wait, here's a long shot. It's called Quiet Amy.
Hey, gotta do that one.
All right, let's
You're
go make
paying for all the bets now.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Doris,
right.
do you like the horse races?
I've been here before. I love them once in a while. I'm not an addict.
That's what people say who are addicts, by the way. I did never go to the horse races.
Look at him. He's just going to bet every race.
How do you bet, Amy? What is your system?
I go by the name. The
What
last
name?
one I liked because it had vodka in the name.
By the way, my $10 ticket won on my first race, which is a bad sign. That's how they hook you in.
Yeah, this is my first time at Santa Anita. I haven't bet here yet, but I did bet at Del Mar. That was my first race ever that I went to. And I bet $1 and hit a trifecta for $1,100. Had no idea what I was doing whatsoever.
How did you choose the horse?
By their names.
If you can kind of like win the first race, it's like a winning note. You can sometimes follow all the way through, actually. Because it seems like winning bets come consecutively.
I had an employee once named Scott Hansen, and he was reading the information on my desk, and he hit a pick 6 for about $100,000. And here he was just working for me for minimum wage. And so I said, Scott, usually these things happen in a little bundle. I said, I want to be your partner, and we'll put one in today. And we came right back and hit a pick 6 for $25,000 the next day. So that was kind of a fun gambling story.
When do you start researching the horse that you're going to bet on?
Well, most horse players, the Daily Racing Form, you can buy Saturday's copy on Friday. So you have a full day to study and prepare. If you're coming to the track and just looking at it for the first time this morning, you're probably already behind the curve.
Can I have a racing form, please? Can I have the lucky one?
Let me give you a lucky one.
I don't listen. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has insider information.
This ticket is guaranteed to win. This is all money right here. This is a winner.
How much?
You heard it first.
How much will it win?
It could be several $100s. It could be as much as $7. I don't know yet.
Give me that ticket.
Every time I've heard inside information, the horse hasn't done anything. You know?
How about the number 3 horse in the 10th race?
10th race?
Yeah, 10th race. Number 3 is going to win.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Put $100 on it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So people will believe anything. Like, I don't even know.
Thank you.
They believe people though.
Yeah, they
Because they
do.
want to believe.
Right, because they want a winner so bad.
Well, I have a spreadsheet printout of free service online called eponies.com. And what they do is take data. They have their own little formulas. They take data, just raw data, download it, process it, and come up with a ranking of the horses. But it's a computer ranking.
Would you ever use a computer to handicap?
No. You can read the form, but I think what it really comes down to is you need to kind of like just visually handicap the horse. And I've got like 6 points I usually look for in a race horse. I look for a horse with a good attitude. I look for a tail off the body. I look for good leg extension. Look at the trainer. Look at the jockey. I'm not really big on his hind and front leg extension.
What do you like about his tail?
I like the tail off the body. Actually, it's a sign of just preppiness and alertness, actually.
The ears are kind of the window to the soul of the horse. You know, whether their ears are pricked forward when they get out towards the track. You don't want to see the ears back. I agree with Jeff. That airplane ears thing means you have an angry, unhappy horse.
A lot of these gray horses come in the main. I thought it was like some superstition deal. I never go for that, but a lot of times in the mud, these gray horses win.
So sometimes you are superstitious.
Well, not superstitious, but my birthday's September 2nd. There's a day after my birthday. What's your name, buddy?
Ken.
Ken?
Yeah.
There it is. There's the trainer. I go by your name, Kenny. Oh, man. What did I tell you? There's my address in reverse. 943 on the board. That's great. I'm not superstitious, but if it comes 25969, that's my birthday, 9256.
I'm not going to disclose who I bet on.
Oh, okay.
I can't.
It's bad luck.
It is.
Can you tell me which horse you bet on?
Number 1.
What happened, Mindy?
20 to 1.
Don't fall.
5 came in, 1.
5 came in?
5 came in.
And who was in second place?
5-11.
5-11. Okay.
And we'll see. Oh, son of a...
Would you still come back to the races again?
For sure. You know what? You always come back to the races because you're not... There's so many constituents that go into a race that even if you lose, you still come back because you never know.
I have seen so many things, so many bad things about here that I never touch it.
You mean some people lose?
Some people lose everything. They lose the wife, they lose the car, they lose the horse.
Do you ever win?
Yeah, I win. I'm ahead this year, I think. I'm ahead this year.
Think carefully.
I think I am. I think I'm about $40, $50 ahead, for the whole season. But, for me, that's a victory.
How much did the beer cost?
The beer cost $5.25.
So if you have 10 of those, you've already gone over your
Well,
limits.
yeah. My father took me to Jamaica Racetrack when I was 14. And the first bet I made, I won. So that got me hooked. Oh, look, it's a good race. Oh, it's a close photo. The favorite won. The 8-5 shot.
What's the best day you ever had at the track?
Yesterday? This is amazing.
Yesterday?
This is such a coincidence. I very rarely win, but yesterday I hit the pick 6, and it was the best day I ever had. I got paid $36,000.
My most memorable time of horse racing was the Breeders' Cup Classic, where both my horses came in. And that's a $3 million race.
How much did you win?
I think it was $20 on that race.
Do you have a system?
I just follow. I follow the blood. If I know the trainer, I talk to him. I buy him a beer.
I don't really believe in betting a lot. I'm not in it for financial gain. I'm just in it for just the excitement. To me, it's pretty much like the lotto.
You gotta get lucky. For anything, you gotta get lucky. And horse racing is very unpredictable. It's very unpredictable. You think, you know how many times I went out there thinking I'm gonna win by 5 lengths, and I got beat? Many, many times.
Well, my best day at the track, I think I came in with about $300 in my pocket, was able to hit a few exactas and piece together some combinations as far as winning goes, and I think I walked out of here
About 5,000 a head. So I'm pretty happy, and I'm like I said today, I'm off to a good start. I came in with 300, and I've got about 2,300 in my pocket now. So these are the kind of days that make a gambler or a fan come back to the racetrack. It's a great draw. My advice to most of the gamblers is take it light, take it easy, have fun with it. Don't be too serious. It is the sport of kings, and it's been in existence a long time. So take the family, friends, your girlfriend, your wife, have a day at the races, and it can be thoroughly enjoyable if you stay in control, so to speak.
I come to the races once a week with my gentleman companion, because we're both widows, and we met at an exercise class, and we started talking about racing. And one day I gave him some free passes, and I put my name and phone number in the back and told him, give me a call if you want some more passes. Then he called me a month later, and we started coming to the races like once a week for 3 years. And it's a good companionship relationship at the racetrack.
Who's smarter, horse or human?
Horse, probably. Yeah, I was fixing to say horses.
I guess if you can't figure it out, it must be the horse. Yeah. Which is more intelligent, the horse or the human?
I think the horse, because if you talk to them, if you try to be nice, they know. And when you really care about horses, they know you care about them. So people sometimes, they know they're smart, but they don't listen. That's the thing.
Which is more intelligent, the horse or the pig?
I don't know. That's a hard question.
Humans are really difficult to train. Ask any horse.
How much does a horse weigh?
I think usually they weigh between 1,200 and 1,400 pounds. Some of them a little lighter, obviously. And as far as their speed goes, miles per hour, I'd have to guess in the range of 35 to 40 miles an hour. They stand 12 to 14 hands high.
Horses are the most honest of all creatures. A dog will lie to you. You can kick a dog and he'll come back and lick your feet like you're their absolute best friend. And there's no matter what you do to a dog, they'll still cater to you. A horse won't. When a horse tells you I'm mad, don't approach me, don't do it, because they'll kick you or bite you. They're perfectly honest about it. They give their absolute best effort all the time when they race. They're noble creatures.
And you know, horses are very social creatures. They love to please humans, and they communicate telepathically. Horses sense your thoughts and your feelings, and you don't have to say things, but if you think them to a horse, they appreciate that.
Do you really believe that?
Well, it's a fact. You don't have to believe it. It's just, I can show you.
Would you like some candy? Do you know where it is? Where's the candy? Where is it? But she has to say where it is. We have such a huge turnover because horses come in and out. And I knew I forgot you were going to ask me that.
Do you think that horses have telepathic powers?
Where's the candy? Who has it? Do you think Jeff has it?
I represent clients in the purchase of proven racehorses. I go to LAX late at night and unload horses from Australia or New Zealand. And they get off the plane. They've never been here before.
They fly in on an airplane?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What class?
Well, what they do, they ride first class.
That's what I thought.
It
takes 2 seats.
Yeah, right, 2 seats. But there's great breeding grounds in South America, Italy, France, Ireland, England.
Like human breeding grounds. They prefer the exotic places.
Well, no, not the exotic. They bring them into a shed. The stallion then covers the mare. It's quite an interesting experience.
Covers the mare?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He breeds her. It's called a cover.
Cover.
He f***s her, bottom line. You can take that off your deal. But that's
And he charges $1 million for that.
Well, Northern Dancer does.
Does it include dinner and movies?
Well, I don't know. You'd have to ask the owner. Sure, we'd take you out for dinner.
That would be included?
Absolutely. Good journey is $7,500.
I would say that's a better deal.
Well, it is because Northern Dancer's been dead for about 5 years. So it is a better deal.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
I've been training horses in Southern California for about approximately 28 years.
Jeff, would you like to ask Mr. Sadler a question?
No, I would just like to say that after being at the races and handicapping for 40 years, I know what kind of reputation you have, and wow, I'm impressed.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for this opportunity.
No problem.
How do you feel right now?
I feel great. This is like the best experience of my life. Actually, I think it's just such a privilege to meet John Sadler. Wow, and to actually be standing on the backside with his horses. Wow, it's great. It's a great day at Santa Anita. Oh yeah.
They call this the backside?
Call it the backstretch.
Well, you call it the backside.
It's called the backside, the backstretch, whatever. Yeah.
Well, there's a difference. Can you introduce us to one of your favorite horses right now?
Sure. If you can walk up here, I'll show you one of my favorites. This is Coco Bell. She's a 4-year-old filly. She won a race at the Breeders' Cup last year in Monmouth Park in New Jersey. She didn't win a Breeders' Cup race. It was one of the stake races on the undercard. So she's a really terrific filly, and she really runs well all the time. She's going to run in a big race here on the 24th of February. It's owned by Jerry Moss of A&M Records.
What's one of your favorite features about her?
She's really fast.
What about drug use? Did you ever use steroids?
Steroids, anabolic, cortical. Yeah, steroids, both cortical and anabolic, are legal in horse racing.
I meant, did you ever use them?
On me? Yes, absolutely. I've had my knees, shoulders, elbows injected numerous times. I've gelded, I didn't geld them, but my vet has gelded horses. And if you provide them with testosterone, it makes their recovery much, much smoother and better. And they're able to come back to racing. There's nothing wrong with it in horses.
It's legal.
It's legal. I have a hyperbaric oxygen chamber for horses.
Do you put the horse in the chamber?
Yes. And we treat horses at between 2 and 2.5 atmospheres at about 96 to 98% oxygen. And it helps heal numerous injuries, get rid of numerous disease conditions.
This was an old racehorse that I gave to my wife, and it became her pet. It looked like he absolutely wouldn't survive. They said, "Do you just want us to put him down?" I said, "Nah, we'll just take him home." He couldn't put his head down to eat. He couldn't walk. He could only scoot backwards. He had atrophied. I don't know, he lost several hundred pounds. We put him in the chamber. Where are you going? Oh, Lily? Ollie.
Who's Lily?
That's his girlfriend.
His girlfriend?
Well, he's a gelding, but anyway, he's fully recovered.
So the chamber saves lives.
Yeah. You're really sharp. You figure things out.
I'm figuring
like
it out. Do you want to go in the hyperbaric chamber? Oh, I don't know if that's yes or no. Can we put a horse in the hyperbaric chamber today?
No. It's Sunday, day off.
If you can't put a horse in the chamber today, can we put my cousin George in the chamber?
Gosh, I've been riding horses since I was old enough to walk. You know, they've always been a passion for me.
Carla Gaines, she's an excellent all-around turf trainer, and she also has Joe Talamo, the real young rising superstar here at Santa Anita. And we'll see if Best Affair, the horse, is equal to being in this company, because the connections are really good. It doesn't have huge pedigree, but the dam sire is a little interesting. It's Black Tie Affair from Ireland.
The dam sire?
Yes, the mom. The sire of the daddy of the mother.
Number 2 is loading in. He doesn't want to go in the gate, George.
Up to the gate. Yes.
Is there a problem?
Not necessarily. Some horses are reluctant to load. I've seen horses where they've literally had to put a hood on them and blindfold them. So this isn't necessarily...
Is that considered torture?
Came out well. Unvarnished as quickest into stride, like in the jug on the far side. Skimmage is showing early speed as well. Dr. JJ.
Here he comes. Best of Fair could win this. Best of Fair. There's the two. She's going to win. Best of Fair's going to win.
What happened, George?
You just won, and Carla just won. An amazing race, really well ridden by Joe Talamo. A terrific race. We're going to be talking to a very happy trainer.
Congratulations.
You were hot yesterday, you're hot today.
How did that feel?
It's just awesome. It's great. Great.
Did Joe do everything you thought he would do?
Well, we told him to try to sit behind the pace today because the last time the horse went to the front and just was very green. So we told him to sit behind horses so he'd have something to run at, and he did much better. He said he was slipping and sliding at first. He just like, where am I? What are we doing? Because the down the hill grass course is new to him. So, and then when he hit the dirt, he went out in the middle of the track. He won that pretty easy, if I may brag.
Where are we going right now?
We're going up to my box, which, being that it's a big day, is probably already occupied with a bunch of people in it, but we'll find a place to sit, I'm sure.
Are you nervous before a race?
I always am, yeah. I mean, in varying degrees, but you always have a bit of nervousness, regardless if it's a $10,000 claimer or a $500,000 race. So, yeah, there's always a bit of butterflies there.
You know, his form hasn't been that good since he came back off a layoff, but this is the sort of race he should be pointed for. You know, he is getting a little older. He's 6 years old now. And sometimes horses lose a little bit with age, so I just hope he's up to the task, that's all.
Did you give any special instructions to the jockey?
No, I wasn't too specific. I told him he could place him where he wanted to, basically. Well, I don't think he'll be too far off the lead. Maybe laying second, third, something like that. All we can do at this time is hope for the best and expect the worst.
Bill sent on their mile and three-quarter journey. They all began well. Victorian Prince is going off for the early lead.
What's the horse's name?
Cut Trail.
Cut Trail? Number 4.
He's moved up into third, but he's under a nice hold, so he's going very, very comfortably at this stage. Of course, they all are. It's the early stages of a long race. Well, he's in a good position, I'd say. They're going a bit slow, actually, so it's going to turn into a bit of a speed run the last part of it, I think. Well, he's not doing too well. He's last at the moment. Well, unfortunately, that's all part of racing.
What happened?
I don't know. He just stopped running. He's come off the bridle about a half mile from home.
So that's just part of it. You never know when that might happen.
Well, I'm going to go down and have a word with the jockey, so I'll come back and let you know what he has to say.
Thank you very much.
We are at Turf Paradise. Sunday, beautiful day here in Arizona. Typical spring day, about 91.
How do the horses run in the heat here?
It doesn't appear to bother them very much. It does bother a few horses.
What's it like to work here when it's 110 degrees?
Miserable.
What's it like?
I hate it.
They've been known to do what you call heat stroke. That's probably because of an electrolyte imbalance or something, and they'll, for some reason, kind of pass out after a race.
Wait a minute, so horses will pass out after the race because of the heat?
It's very rare, but it does happen.
Will we see a horse pass out?
No, you won't. You see that happen about once every 10,000 starts, so it doesn't happen. Horses handle heat very well.
Will you pass out?
I hope not.
Tell us about the race, the 7th race. What's going to happen?
I really haven't seen the form yet, so.
So you're not sure if your horse will win?
No, I'm not. I'm never sure.
So your job now is to saddle the horse, look at the horse, feel his legs.
No, I don't have to do that. All I have to do is saddle a horse and tell the jockey what to do, and that's about it.
What are you going to tell the jockey?
Don't get beat.
It looks like all the horses are here except the number 2 horse.
Yeah, I know. That's mine. So I'm sure he'll be here pretty quick. We have to be here about 17 minutes before post time.
What happens if the horse is late?
I get fined.
Oh, wow. Now we're going up to view the race.
We're going upstairs so we can get a good view of the whole race. Broke okay. Taking back. He's taking him back. Not enough, but he's taking him back. It looks like he's about 3rd. He is. That's closer than I thought he'd be. No, he's 4th. He's supposed to run down the stretch, so we'll see. He's running. Looks like he's going to run 2nd, maybe. He's still coming. He's still coming. He's running fast at the end. He's going to win. He won.
He won. How do you feel about that?
I feel good. Now you can find out about the winner's circle. Come on down.
And we come from the west where the cowboys are. We can ride and we can jump and we can show them how it's done. We're the Root-Toot Cowgirls on Codaker's Farm. Ba-ba-ya-da, bang, bang. Woo, woo.
Yeah! If you meet anybody in this business that's in it for the money, they're nuts. This is not the best investment in the world, just the funnest investment.
Could I buy a horse for $15,000 and then run it and make $200,000?
It's happened a lot of times. You know, Seattle Slew, I believe, was purchased for $17,000.
No, but could I do it?
I don't know. You could, and I don't know how many horses you've looked at, but you probably wouldn't do it the first time. You know what I mean? But
you're saying I wouldn't be able to pick the horse correctly?
Well, I don't know. I don't know your experience with horses.
Well, I've ridden horses.
Well.
Did you ever gild a horse?
I myself? No, I don't even like to see it. It's barbaric. It's not very pleasant to look at.
Does the horse know that it's happening?
They don't know because they're tranquilized. They know something is happening and it isn't good, but they don't know exactly what's happening. And a lot of them, I guess there are some humans that should be gelded to improve their performance. But with horses, some are so unruly and so difficult to handle that it's for their own benefit that they are gelded.
So you see a difference in their behavior after?
They're a lot more focused. I guess you have taken away one area of focus. In the second race, we have Benchmark Kid. It would really surprise me if Benchmark Kid didn't run the race of his life.
Should I bet on Benchmark Kid?
Yes, you should bet something that you're comfortable losing.
$2?
It depends on what your comfort level is. You know, for you it might be $2. For me it might be $5. For somebody else it might be $500.
But when you look at me, you think it's $2?
No, I look at you like $100 better.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I'm not sure that's good.
Oh, optimistic.
How much?
$5.
$5. This one?
Do you think it's going to win?
I think okay. Yeah, you can win.
You say I'm going to win?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
What's your name?
Timmy.
All right, Timmy. You tie the tongue.
We tie the tongue when they work or race for two reasons. One, they can't get the tongue over the bit, so the rider's not going to lose control. And the other is sometimes they swallow their tongue and they can't breathe.
So the horse is better off with his tongue tied.
Correct. We're all a little tongue-tied every now and then.
What's he doing right now?
Putting on blinkers. Blinkers help the horse keep their head straight towards the track so they're not distracted by things around them as they're running down the track, so by other horses, or if somebody has a bright, shiny object on the side of the track as they're running past the crowd, that could distract them.
What do you look for when you stand here?
I look at conformation. I look to see if there are any problems with the horse's legs. If something is injured, it'll be sticking out somewhere.
He's excited. Oh.
You don't really want to see him act like that. Just a waste of energy.
He's using foot spray on the horse.
This surface sticks to the hooves. So what we do is clean the hooves and then spray them with Pam so that it'll come right off, and then that way my horses have a little better grip than everybody else's. I'm going to have the jockey here.
Oh, here. Hello, hello.
Hello, how do you do?
How do you do?
Okay,
Are you going to be on, yes, are you going to be on the number 10 horse?
Yes.
What's Vladimir doing now?
Vladimir's talking with Martin to make sure he knows how to handle the horse out of the gate, how he wants to position the horse within the field, whether he wants to take him right to the front, and how he's going to perform all the way around the track. And the guy calls riders up, all the riders go onto the horse, and they go right out into the track.
And is there just one thing you could tell us about what you expect from this horse in this race?
I expect him to win.
Popular on the far side, benchmark kid also rode away, having 3 outside power station, 3 outside horses were quickest. In back to reindeer in the 4th position, kind of last, 12 lengths off lead. They run past the half mark, Holland, top loose, the leader, reindeers come through on the inside to take him on, benchmark kid right there in third. They had a quarter of a mile to go, Topper on the outside of reindeer, these are the 2 leaders, benchmark kid in the white cap coming to take him on the grandstand side. The party is behind them, they come to the top of the lane now, reindeer on the inside goes on, Topper can't quite go away, benchmark kid now down the center, super party is going on mainly, reindeer super party after these 2.
It was close.
He didn't really run the way I expected he would.
Was it something in the way the jockey was?
No, the horse just isn't good enough. He got a perfect ride. Had him in great position and made a good run.
I'm loaded and I'm thinking, man, when I turn him loose, this is over, you know? Sure enough, we get to that part and he just started getting out, just totally came off the bridle, just quit trying.
Yeah,
you know, if he just tries a little bit. If he just tries a little bit, he gets there.
Yeah, good run, man.
Back next time. Thank you, I appreciate it.
You told me it would win.
The problem, the jockey.
It didn't, the problem was the jockey. Oh, you guys, I see how you work, I see.
Those jockeys are the best athletes of anybody. There's not an ounce of fat on them, it's all muscle. And they're so brave and they're very smart. And I really have a lot of respect for the jockeys. I'd like to play a jockey, but I'm too big.
So you can imagine the strength and the velocity underneath these young athletes who are never really given the credit for what they do. They do this time in and time out, day in and day out. They're here at 5 o'clock in the morning working horses.
Where are we going now?
Jock's room. Right now I'm sorting all my jock's laundry.
The jockeys.
This gets interesting, taking care of these little midgets. I call them midgets, but that's just because I respect them. I used to have one jock, every time he got beat, he'd come in there and throw his helmet and stuff like that. So one day I was in there doing goggles, had all these goggles up, and I was doing them, and he threw his helmet up there. And so I kind of got him by the neck and choked him a little bit and told him, look, dude, you need to calm down. It ain't that bad. Everybody gets beat. Everybody. I hate to lose too, but you don't need to go off the wall when you lose.
After you let go of his neck, did he have a response?
Yes, sir. It was yes, sir. And then I'd have no more of them problems. 90% of the jockey's injuries happen in the starting gate.
Oh.
Because it's all still. They don't give. Because the longer you're in there, Murphy's Law comes into effect. Something's going to happen.
Miguel, what are you thinking when you're in this spot before the race?
I'm thinking I want to win that race. That's what I'm thinking every time.
It's all about winning. It's just from standing still, just go.
I wouldn't want to be a jockey. It's way too dangerous. I'm not brave enough.
Father, we just thank you and we praise you today, Lord, for your love. We thank you, Lord, for your presence, Lord, in this place. In Jesus' name. And everybody said? Amen. Amen. Well, praise the Lord. Y'all be safe.
Did you ever want to be a jockey?
Actually, I've that's one of my fantasies.
Who's your favorite jockey?
It's 100% Lafitte Pinkai Jr., man.
Good morning, Lafitte. It's a real pleasure to meet you. I've been a racing fan for a long time, and on behalf of the racing community, we'd like to thank you for a lot of great rides. Thank you. And how do you know if a trainer is sending a horse or just putting a horse in a race for a workout?
I don't remember ever a trainer telling me, don't let the horse run or don't let this horse win or anything like that. Never, never in my career.
Wow. Also, who is the best trainer you've ever ridden for?
The best trainer? If I had to pick one trainer, I would be Charlie Whittingham.
I actually had an opportunity to meet Mr. Whittingham, and I think he has a great personality, and he's had some incredible horses. I have to say that I got tremendous respect for you putting your life on the line with a 2,000-pound horse. But I mean, really, can you tell me a little bit more about how dangerous it really is? Have you ever had a very serious spill?
When I had the spill, I broke my neck. They didn't discover I had a broken neck until 4 days later. But right after when I got up and I went in the ambulance, I was thinking I want to go and ride. I want to go back and ride. If I would have feeling a little better, there's no question in my mind that I would have tried to go out there and ride, and probably would have killed myself.
Wow. I've never seen hands as large as Lafitte's. To meet a jockey of the magnitude of Lafitte Pinkai is a Hall of Fame jockey. It is the most incredible experience of my life.
Why don't you say your names and what you do here?
Hi, I'm CJ Lucero and I'm a jockey.
And I am Laurie Keith and I am a jockey too.
Wow. How did you get into it?
I always wanted to be a jockey when I was 8 years old, and my dad lived behind a racetrack, and I always go watch the races, and I wound up making contact with somebody, and that's how I got on the track, and it started from there.
It was that easy? I mean, there was no, resistance from the male jockeys?
Not really. I started out as an exercise rider and made friends with everybody, and I was kind of their little sister.
Is the horse in control?
We manipulate them.
Yeah.
Is it because
try to manipulate them?
Yeah.
Are women better at manipulating than men?
Well, we manipulate y'all, don't we?
The feeling I get when I'm here, I enjoy what I do, so
happiness.
Yeah. Feeling I get is happiness when I win.
Do you get paid more when you win?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you get a percentage of the purse.
We can't.
Yes.
If we don't win, we don't survive. We don't have windshield
so we'll
wipers.
actually pull a pair down.
We have to have 3 of them. Or however many, depends how far
I
you go.
ride with 4. This right here, this it's Kevlar. It's the same material as the police vest, but it's just one layer. It's just a one
so we
light
can't take
layer.
a bullet.
So no, we can't take a bullet.
Did you ever hear a shot?
Yes, we were loading up in the gates at the 3/4 pole, and we heard a bunch of Uzis go off, and the starter's like, "Load those horses up now!" And we were already, and jockeys were like, "Oh my God, we're gonna get stray bullets, And they loaded us up, but they were It was pretty scary.
Did
that
the horse
day.
run faster?
Well, mine did. I mean, we won, so.
All right.
But I mean, it just.
But you don't recommend that.
No, we don't recommend gunshots behind the tracks.
Right,
No.
right.
And you have a jockey that only weighs 100 pounds wet.
There's a lot of lighter jockeys, you know, but a lot of them like to eat, you know, and they don't like to reduce. So.
So the more they eat, the more they weigh.
Of course, definitely, yeah.
I don't work out of nothing.
Oh, so naturally you're like that.
Yeah. Look, feel.
Lucky one.
Feel?
Exactly.
It's muscle. It's muscle.
Yeah, look.
All right, well, let's not go too far here. That's enough.
But I mean, most of us don't really want to be over, what, 114?
114, 112 stripped.
I don't need to eat pizza or a lot of bread. I have a piece of bread once in a while, you know, for dinner. It's a good bread. I have the whole piece of bread for dinner.
Is it difficult? I mean, I'm guessing it's not difficult to keep
maintain
that
weight?
weight. Yeah.
Some riders do.
Really?
Some riders have.
Some riders struggle with it a lot.
Oh yeah, they have to get in the hot box.
What happens in the sweat box?
She sweats. Sweats her ass off.
Do you enjoy it? Why do you do it?
Well, I enjoy riding. I love riding, and that's what I have to do. So I do it every day.
How hot is it in the sweat box?
You know what? There's not a temperature thing in here, but
It gets up 120,
pretty hot.
120 degrees.
Wow, that's hot. And you lose weight from sitting in the box?
Water weight.
How much?
I'll stay in here till I lose a few pounds.
A few pounds?
3.
Wow.
Yeah.
In one sitting?
Yeah.
Excellent. Did you ever use a sweat box?
During my career, I used the sweat box a lot. I did a lot of jogging, a lot of running, a lot of sweating, took a lot of diet pills, water pills, and I try everything to keep my weight down.
I mean, a good jockey can make a bad horse win, really. And a bad jockey can get a good horse beat.
Without these four-legged creatures, we'd all be
flipping hamburgers.
So we're here with Luann, who is a real psychic. Can a psychic see into the future? Can you see a little bit into the future? Mm-hmm. Number 2, Wild Buddy.
Pretty good, but not the winner.
Okay. Number 3, Billy Allen.
Has a good chance.
Number 4, Sweet Roberto.
Yes.
Yes. Number 1, New Export.
No.
No shot.
It's going to be a photo finish.
Photo?
Yeah.
And the last horse is Willow the Wisp.
No.
No. So it's a photo finish basically between Sweet Roberto and Billy Allen.
Uh-huh. Good luck.
Thank you. Okay, we're at Santa Anita, third race, a mile on turf. We're going to ask Jeff, who's an excellent visual handicapper, what he thinks about the horses. First, here's number 1, New Export.
Looks very attentive, and I like the way he steps, actually.
Number 2 is Wild Buddy coming up here.
Ears should be forward, not backwards. Tail looks okay, stride's okay, but it's questionable.
Okay, here's number 3, Billy Allen.
No, not really.
Number 4 is Sweet Roberto.
It seems to be striding okay, except his tail's too flat against his body, actually.
Actually, the favorite is 1, New Export, a horse that you love the speed at a mile. You pointed that out to me, how fast he was, and he has some excuses. That might be a winner.
He will.
Yeah, we can't predict.
He might be in the money. I don't think reality is a lot of it. I do not think that handicapping is not a lot of superstition, actually.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I think what it is, it's visual logic, actually. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's visual logic and a lot of precise studying. I don't think that it's a case of
fact-based.
It's fact-based.
Yes.
Away they go. Willow Wisp sent along from the outside gate, but so is Wild Buddy. It looks like both these two want the lead, and they're turning it into a sprint early on. They clear the field. Billy Allen is taken back into the third spot, then it's Sweet Roberto. They make their way
Catch the field!
And it's still Wild Buddy in front, and New Export still last, has 7
Come
lengths
on,
to
babe.
make up. Into the turn.
Show Daddy what you got. Come on, man.
Willow Wisp on the far side. Billy Allen down at the round 50. Behind them, Sweet Roberta, new export now coming back. Willow West been eased out of it. Number 6, Willow West suddenly eased out of it in the quarter bar. Coming to the top of the lane now, new export, blue cap, grandstand side.
Come on, one!
New export finishing powerfully. Billy Allen trying to keep him at bay. Shipley's running a big one along the inside. And the 16th, and new export.
Come on, one!
What happened? Did you win?
Free for free.
Yes, he's
What did you get?
I'm on fire.
Which horse won?
One. New export.
That's the one you picked.
Had it to win and place.
So the psychic was wrong.
Of course she was.
Not to disparage Madame Luana. I think she's a wonderful person.
She's a wonderful
and she appeared in the film in good spirit. But I think you go sensibly with the real handicapper, like Jeff here.
Well, I don't think that not take anything away from Mrs. Buana or Madame Buana, because she probably she probably can see other things besides racing.
So she was dead wrong.
I wouldn't say she's dead wrong, because I'd probably be dead.
Look at all the people in line. That's more than I've ever seen before.
The next race is the Santa Anita Derby.
Yeah, next race is the Santa Anita Derby. It's a very big prep for the Kentucky Derby.
Do you see a lot of tall, attractive women?
Maybe one breaking to the outside rail over there. She looked okay.
So if you're going to go to the races, you should dress for Derby Day, I think. Yeah.
Are you happy to be here today?
Oh yes, we're having a great time. We don't know what the hell we're doing, but we're having a great time.
What do you think of the number 1 horse? What do you know about him?
Yankee Bravo's a closer. He looks like he's really being bred to be a turf horse. Pace-wise, it might set up for the favorite, Colonel John, who's kind of a mid-pack closer with Nakatani aboard. The mystery horse here is Chantal Sutherland's horse, Sure Do. It's almost incomprehensible as to what this horse is going to do. If she places him in the mid-pack, he would have kind of a chance. El Gato Malo has some real tactical speed and has an incredible workout here. To be breezing 1 out of 53 at this time is a pretty remarkable workout and might have Derby prospects. This horse is very fast, and he's going to battle Bob Blackjack, who actually set a world record here at 6 furlongs just 2 races back. This race, they ran impossible fractions. 20 and 4 is the fastest any horse has ever run at this distance. That horse has tons of speed, has been down the hill, and just missed winning here by a nose.
George, which horse would you bet on?
Scientifically speaking, I don't know.
Do you know which horse is going to win? Do you know which horse is going to win in the Santa Anita Derby?
I'm thinking number 1.
Number 1?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yankee Bravo.
Yankee Bravo.
Do you know which horse will win in the Santa Anita Derby?
Guatemala, hopefully.
Do you know which horse will win in the Santa Anita Derby?
Probably the gray one.
The gray one? Do you know which horse will win in the Santa Anita Derby?
I have no idea.
Which one do you like?
I got the model.
Do you know who's going to win in the Santa Anita Derby?
El Gato.
Everyone's starting to say that.
He's tough.
Do you know, you agree?
I agree.
That don't mean I bet that way.
Do you know, do you know who's going to win in the Santa Anita Derby?
El Gato Malo.
Colonel John.
You're on a roll here.
Colonel
Do you know who will win in the Santa Anita Derby?
Colonel John.
On the verge, because my name is Virginia.
So you go with the names.
Right.
Do you know who's going to win in the Santa Anita Derby?
Yeah, Colonel John.
Colonel John.
This one right here.
Yankee Bravo?
Yankee Bravo.
Why not Colonel John?
No, I like the odds. I like the odds on number 1.
Oh, you like, because of the odds?
Yeah.
Can you win money with low odds?
That's a good.
4.5.
Good,
yeah, that's good.
That's a good price.
I'm gonna bet on that horse.
I'm gonna bet 5 across.
I'll come back to you.
I cover them up a little bit.
What is 5 across?
5 to win, 5 to place, 5 to show.
Oh, 5
In other
across.
words, I protect them. You know, if you don't win, I'll probably get my money back if you get 2nd or 3rd.
Oh.
You know. So.
Slow down. Let me write this down. Do you know who's going to win in the Santa Anita Derby?
What race is that?
That's the next race. That's why everybody's here.
I like the 5 and 8 with the 9 and the 1 and the 4. for a trifecta.
So I think
5'8"
you've just named every horse in the race.
No, I like 5'8" with the 5'8" with the 194. Trifecta.
Who's going to win?
I come here only for the shirts, for the free shirts. They make very good gifts.
So you're always a winner?
Always a winner.
It's going to be a horse.
There's Colonel John on the outside. He looks like he's going to Colonel John.
Which one won?
Colonel John.
What number was he?
Number 5. That was the favorite, and the horse we were saying that it sets up for him this race. The pace absolutely set up for him, and he was really clearly the best horse. Now look at here, he comes down, they're showing. The Colonel John in the stretch really looks like the best horse.
That's one of the reasons I won the pick 6. I picked Colonel John, and I do think he will win the Kentucky Derby.
Which horse did you bet on?
I bet the 5'8".
And did you win?
No, because the 8 came that less.
But you're laughing. You don't mind losing?
Nah, I mean, it's a game. I mean,
that's part of betting.
Yeah, it's part of betting. You never win. I mean, once in a while you win.
So long you don't overdo it, it's fun, it's relaxing for us. We are both retired. What the hell are we doing at home? The house is not going to change for the past 49 years. So we're going to have so much fun here. It's so much fun. It's beautiful here.
So the house hasn't changed in 49 years?
No, sir. That's why I need a new roof. I like to, you know.
You want to fix the roof?
Yes, I know. I have been that for years. But
and that's why you're trying to win money here?
Of course. Where else? It's, the stock market is just the same thing. But we have fun here. I have so much friends here. Oh yeah, it's so relaxing. It's so much fun.
It's great being in this film, and this is my own private little world, and no matter how many disappointments and heartbreaks I have in life, I can always lose myself in racing. This old highway's getting longer, seems there ain't no end in sight. Sleep would be best, but can't afford to rest. Gotta arrive in Denver tomorrow night.
Jeff, where are we? We're at the turtle race. $10 on a turtle. I would definitely bet that turtle to win. I think this is an incredible turtle. Look at that perfect posture. I won! I won by a shell.